Om Shanti. Good morning. We all will listen to Baba's Murli of 30th August, where Baba tells us to instill this knowledge in our intellects. Then we must use this knowledge among ourselves, and we must also donate this knowledge or give this knowledge to others. Baba says that this is the most happiest thing, that you children are studying at the conference age to become the most elevated beings, because the one who is teaching you is the Father, and Baba is making us children like Lakshmi and Narayan. So in this one version, three things are covered, that is about the Father, about the importance of the present time, and about our aim. Then Baba says there are some children who are very suspicious and they have doubts like, why did they keep Brahma here? Why is he sitting here? So you children have to explain that by taking the human world free, that you must tell them that the one who is standing on the top of the tree is an impure soul, and the one who is sitting at the root of the tree, he is doing tapasya. Only sensible children can understand and explain such things to others, because if you explain something in an inaccurate way, the whole Brahman clan will be defamed. So only sensible children should explain to others or public. Then Baba talks about this defect or weakness, that sometimes we feel that what can these little Kumaris teach us? Because they feel that a senior teacher goes away or for some other program, the students just sulk and they stop coming to the class, assuming that the young sisters cannot conduct the class properly. So Baba tells us that you must always remind yourself that it is Baba's Murli. Then he draws our attention towards imbibing divine virtues. You should always check yourself to what do I have any weakness or devilish trait. So Baba today specially talks about this greed. Sometimes we have this special preference for food. We always feel we let me get this or that. At the same time, Baba doesn't explain about one topic because it's the ocean of knowledge, because so many waves come or would be seen in the ocean. Sometimes Baba explains to his own children, sometimes he keeps the outside or the other souls of the world in front of him and just says in Murli. Sometimes Baba says you should not get new children in Madhuban, because Baba just speaks with his own children. Baba says, you are the spinners of the discus of self-realization, and you are the mouth-born progeny of Brahma. When a new child sits in the gathering and he listens, what does he think? So Baba doesn't allow new children to be in the gathering at Madhuban. Some such children may feel that, Baba, are we not sensible, or are we foolish not enough to be allowed in the class? So Baba clarifies that it takes some time to understand the new aspects of the knowledge, because here the ocean of knowledge speaks and Baba talks from various perspectives. So Baba also gives clarity about the various aspects of knowledge. So let's listen to the sweet versions of Baba. The essence of Murli. Sweet children, instill this knowledge into your sweet instill this knowledge into your intellects and hold classes among yourselves. Benefit yourselves and others and continue to earn a true income. Question: what arrogance should you children never have? Answer: some children become arrogant and say, what can these little Kumaris teach us? When a senior sister has to go away somewhere, some sulk and stop coming to class. This is an obstacle from Maya. Baba says, children, don't look at the name and form of the teacher who is reading the Murli. Listen to the Murli in the remembrance of the Father. Don't become arrogant. Om Shanti. The Father sits here and explains to you, children. Now, when you speak of the Father, it can't be a physical father of so many children. This is the spiritual knowledge. This is the spiritual father. He has many children, and the tape recorder, Murli, and all the facilities are for the children. You children know that you are sitting at the confluence age in order to become the most elevated human beings. Why are we sitting? So Baba says to become the most elevated beings. This is also a matter of great happiness. Only the Father can make you elevated. This Lakshmi and Narayan were elevated human beings. It's only in this world that they are elevated, mediocre, and degraded human beings. In the beginning, they are elevated. In the middle, they are mediocre. And at the end, they are degraded. Everyone is at first Baba says everything at first is new and elevated, then it becomes of the moderate quality, then it becomes degraded, that is old. And this is the same with the world. So therefore you have to explain to people whatever aspects they have doubt about. In that Baba says, generally many ask you, why do you keep Brahma's picture? Because some think that we have accepted Brahma Baba as a guru and that's why we have shown him. Therefore you should take them take up the picture of the tree, tell them, look, he is now doing tapasya beneath it, and at the end of his final birth, he is standing at the top of the tree. Baba says, I enter him. Someone who is very clever is needed to explain these things when even one person is senseless and doesn't know how to explain well, then that one person defames the name of all the Brahma Kumars and Kumaris. If one doesn't know how to explain well, Baba says, because no one has become complete, you will pass completely at the end. No one can become 16 celestial degrees full now. All are definitely number wise in explaining. Those who don't love the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, definitely have non loving intellects. You can tell them about this. You can also explain on this. Those who have loving intellects are victorious, and whereas those who have non loving intellects, they are led to destruction. Some people become upset about this and they make false allegations. They don't take long to start a fight. What can one do in those circumstances? Sometimes they don't hesitate to set fire to the pictures. They don't understand the true knowledge of Baba. When they have non loving intellects, they do such acts. Baba advises you to have pictures ensured. The father knows the children's stage. Baba continues to explain every day about the criminal eye. Some write to Baba, Baba, the things that you explained about criminal eye are absolutely right. This world is Tamo-pradhan, and day by day it's becoming more and more Tamo-pradhan. They think that Iron Age is still in its stage of infancy. They are fast asleep in the sleep of ignorance. Sometimes they even say that this is the time of Mahabharat war, so God must definitely be here in some form. Even the human beings of the world say that God must have definitely come in some form. However, they don't know his form. He surely has to enter someone. They just know that he would have come definitely, but in which form, that's not clear to them. So Baba says that Baba has to enter someone. The lucky chariot has been remembered. Each soul has his own chariot that he enters when he comes. This one is called the lucky chariot. The chariot where the soul has his place at the same time. Baba also chooses that chariot. However, Baba doesn't take birth. Baba comes and sits next to this one and gives you this knowledge. Everything is explained very clearly to you, and this is also the picture of Trimurti. Brahma, Vishnu, and Shankar are called the Trimurti. Baba says they must definitely have done something before going away. This is why roads and buildings are named Trimurti after them. Similarly, there is a road called Subhash Road. Baba gives this example. Everyone knows the history of Subhash Chandra Bose, that is the freedom fighter. Their histories are written after they have been gone, and then the statues are made of them. Then the statues are made of them, and they are made out to be great people. They sit and write such great things. Similarly, Guru Nanak's scripture has been made very large. He didn't even write so much. There were always different editions. So instead of writing this knowledge, they have written things about devotion. These pictures are created in order to explain to others. You know that everything you see with your physical eyes is going to be burnt. Baba says, when everything gets burnt, everything turns into ashes, then the soul cannot stay here. So, how can soul stay when everything gets burnt? So, all the souls will definitely go back home. Such things don't remain in the intellect of everyone. If they have imbibed them, why don't they give classes? If children have imbibed the knowledge and there is some perfection, so why don't they conduct classes then? There isn't anyone who is prepared to give a class even after 7 to 8 years. Many places just run like that without a teacher. Nevertheless, it's understood that the status of mothers is higher. Of course, the brother may be an instrument, but the status of mothers is very high because Baba has placed the urn of the knowledge on mothers. There are various pictures. They imbibe a Murli and explain a little about it. Anyone can do this. It's very easy. But Baba can't understand why they still ask for a teacher. When the teacher has to go somewhere, they just sulk and they stop going to class. Then there is a conflict among them. Anyone can give a class on that. Sometimes they say they don't have the time. Baba says you have to benefit yourselves and others. And this is a huge income. You have to inspire human beings to earn a true income so that their lives can become as valuable as diamonds. Then Baba says, not everyone will come, but all of you will go to heaven. There is constant happiness there. It isn't that the lifespans of subjects are shorter. No, even the subjects have long lifespans, and that's the land of immortality. However, the status is still higher or lower. Therefore, you can give a class on any topic. Why do you say that you need to have a good teacher? Baba says, you must make your gathering strong and don't ask for any teacher. You can hold classes amongst yourselves. Because you must not keep asking for someone to come because this is quite noticed in centers that when senior teacher goes away, they are not okay with the younger ones. So they always have some demands. So some become arrogant and they say that, what can these little Kumaris teach us? There are many obstacles of Maya that come, it doesn't sit in their intellects. Baba explains to you every day. Shiv Baba doesn't explain on a particular topic because he's the ocean. There continue it there continues to be the waves of different topics. Sometimes he explains for the children here, sometimes he gives an explanation for those outside. Everyone receives a murli. If you don't understand the words, then you should learn them. Baba just draws our attention that if we don't have any teacher, then children must gather together, the students should get together and conduct the classes. So Baba says the Murli goes from here. If you don't understand any words, you should learn. There was this time where we used to see that all the innocent illiterate mothers, they practiced reading the Murli, and today they read very well and they just relate it to others. So Baba says it's a matter of just practice. So you have to make effort for your own progress. You have to benefit yourselves and others as well. Even though this father can, even though Brahma Baba can relate this knowledge to you children, your intellects must remain in yoga with Shiv Baba. That's why, what does Baba say? Baba says, always consider to be Shiv Baba who is speaking this. So constantly remember Shiv Baba. Shiv Baba has come from the supreme abode and is speaking the Murli. This Brahma doesn't come from the supreme abode to speak the Murli. Constantly think that Shiv Baba has entered his body and he is speaking the Murli to you. It should be in our intellects always that Brahma Baba is the medium and Shiv Baba comes from supreme abode to speak the Murli through him. Even if you keep this in your intellects accurately, that too is the pilgrimage of remembrance. So did you understand what Baba said? Even if we understand this accurately, and if we listen to Baba's Murli by being in that awareness, that duration is counted in the as the duration for the pilgrimage of remembrance. However, while sitting here, the intellects yoga of many of you wanders here and there. Here, you can stay on the pilgrimage very well. Otherwise, you remember your village, your home, and family. It remains in your intellect that Shiv Baba is sitting in this one and he is teaching us. We are listening to the Murli while in the remembrance of Shiv Baba. Then, where did our intellect's yoga go? The intellect's yoga of many of you is distracted in this way. So we know at the beginning that we are listening to Baba's Murli. As the Murli goes on, gradually the intellect is drawn somewhere else. So Baba reminds us that here you can stay on the pilgrimage very well. You understand that Shiv Baba has come from the supreme abode. You don't think that when you are living in your village, some believe that they do listen to Shiv Baba's Murli with their ears. Baba makes us have this habit that every time we must always visualize that we are listening to Shiv Baba's Murli through our ears. This method helps us in going beyond the name and form of the one who is reading the Murli. All of this knowledge is the matter. So you should always think you are listening to Shiv Baba's Murli. Don't think that such and such a sister is reading it to you. I just recall one of the incidents. Once Dadi Chandramaniji, she made this habit very firm. Dadi, in her experience, she just shared that when Dadi listens to the Murli, she always thinks that what Baba says for me in today's Murli, so that I remember Baba and what is he expecting or what is he telling me, so that my attention will be on that. So there will be definitely some versions are always meant for me. So when Baba is teaching, when Baba is speaking the Murli, and when I, the soul, I'm listening, when you listen to the Murli in this awareness, then all the versions which are spoken by Shiv Baba, the just that arrow strikes the target and your weaknesses will disappear very easily, because it is the power of Baba which enables you transform your sanskars. However, Dadi said that because we always are very we are wonderful in just revising the Murli, but the state of mind which should be there at the time of listening to the Murli, that Baba is teaching, that is Baba is teaching and I, the soul, I am listening, so that we are not able to imbibe. Because when we listen with the awareness that such and such a sister is narrating the Murli, then we are not able to have that power to transform our sanskars, as we focus on the limited consciousness. So Baba says with what awareness you should listen to Murli, and these are all are the various methods of to be on the pilgrimage of remembrance. So Baba also gives the clarity at the same time that it's not that you are listening to the Murli all the time and you are in remembrance. No. Baba says the intellects of many wander outside. They remember their farms, fields. The intellect's yoga should not wander outside. There is no difficulty in remembering Shiv Baba, but Maya doesn't allow you to stay in remembrance. Do you find any difficulty? He's our Baba, and Baba he has met us after a long time. And do you find any difficulty? Baba says it is Maya which will not allow you to stay in remembrance. You are unable to remember Shiv Baba all the time because all other thoughts come in between. You all are number wise according to the efforts you make, and these aspects will quickly sit in the intellects of those who are close. Then Baba says, not everyone can enter the rosary of 8. You have to examine yourselves to see whether you have this knowledge, yoga, and divine virtues. There aren't any weaknesses in myself, are there? I don't perform any sinful actions due to the influence of Maya, do I? Some become very greedy. There is also the evil spirit of greed. Of course, it's also a vice. Baba says that's also the evil spirit of greed. Maya enters them and they keep saying that they are hungry and their stomach constantly wants something. Some are tempted by food so much. There has to be discipline in eating. We always check everything. There are many children now, and there will be more children. There will be so many Brahmins. I tell you, children, to become Brahmins. This is the teaching. You become Brahmins and sit here. Mothers are kept at the front. It is said, victory to the Shiv Shakti mothers of Bharat. The father says, consider yourselves to be souls and remember the father. And continue to spin the discus of self-realization. You Brahmins are the spinners of the discus of self-realization. Anyone new will not be able to understand these aspects. Who are we? Baba says, Baba says, you are the most elevated mouth-born creation of Brahma, the decoration of the Brahman clan, the spinners of the discus of self-realization. Anyone who hears this would say that they would wonder that this the decoration is given to Vishnu, and why do they address them to these people? So they don't have faith in whatever you say. That's why Baba insists not to get new children in the gathering, because they can't understand, and some become upset and say, are we senseless that we are not allowed to come here? This is because anyone can go into other gatherings. There they only relate the things of the scriptures. In other gatherings of the world, they don't restrict or anyone, because it's just about listening and leaving the hall, and they relate the knowledge of the scriptures. Everyone has a right to listen to those here. You have to understand what Baba says. Everyone has a right to listen to those are the things of the scriptures. Baba tells here, you have to be cautious. When this knowledge of God doesn't sit in their intellects, they become upset. You have to be very careful with the pictures. That's why Baba says us to be very cautious while getting. You have to establish your divine kingdom in this devilish kingdom. Just as a Christ came to establish his religion, so the Father has also come to establish a divine kingdom. So Baba says there Christ just created that religion. Baba is establishing the kingdom along with creating the religion. So there is no question of violence in this. Neither do you commit violence with the sword of lust, nor do you commit any physical violence. It is said that God washes the dirty clothes. Human beings are in complete darkness. The Father comes and changes that total darkness, and he brings light. In spite of saying Baba, some still turn their faces away from Baba and they stop studying. While studying, they just stop studying. Baba says God is teaching you to make you into the masters of the world, and anyone who stops studying such a study is called a great fool. Baba is making us into the masters of the world, and we also, while studying, if we stop, Baba says, then those who stop studying, they are called great fools. Did you understand? You receive such great treasures, you should never leave such a father. There is this song, whether What's that? What song would have been remembered by the father? Can anyone tell in this gathering? So, you should never leave such a father. Baba just recalls one of the songs. What would be that? Whether you love me or you reject me, I will never leave your door. All our promise is there, right? Yes. Let Maya come in any way. Let Maya wage us war in any way, but we will not leave Baba's home, or we will not leave Baba. The Father has come to give you your unlimited kingdom. There is no question of leaving him. When Baba has come to give you, what's the matter in leaving? Yes, you do have to imbibe divine virtues. Mothers and Baba reports that which say that they are being harassed. People nowadays are very bad. You have to be very cautious. Brothers have to take care of the sisters. Baba just gives the signal of this time and of the people around us. Baba tells brothers have to take care of the sisters. Under all circumstances, I, the soul, definitely have to claim my inheritance from the Father. If you leave the Father, the inheritance is finished. A faithful intellect is victorious and a doubtful intellect is led to destruction. In that case, the moment we leave Baba's hand, believe this knowledge, then we become the one with the doubtful intellect. We reduce our own status. Only the one Father, the ocean of knowledge, can give this knowledge. Everything else is devotion. No matter how much someone considers himself to be a knowledgeable soul, these are the versions of God. No matter how much someone considers himself to be a knowledgeable soul, the Father says all of them only have the knowledge of the scriptures and devotion. Did you understand? The knowledge which gives you salvation. Human beings don't know what true this knowledge is. Because of not knowing, they just believe in the scriptures and devotion. Because of not knowing, they consider the knowledge of the scripture and the devotion to be the great one. Acha. To you, sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, father, and Bap Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to you, spiritual children, and we spiritual children also offer love, remembrance, and say good morning, Namaste to the mother, father, and Bap Dada. Essence for Dharna, the first one. Pay attention while listening to the Murli that your intellect's yoga doesn't wander anywhere else. Remain constantly aware that you are listening to Shiv Baba's elevated versions. This too is the pilgrimage of remembrance. The second one, examine yourself to see that you have this knowledge, yoga, and divine virtues within you. I don't have the evil spirit of greed, do I? Do I perform any sinful acts due to the influence of Maya? Blessing. May you be constantly unshakable and immovable and finish all your upheaval by having the awareness of being an instrument. When you are aware of being an instrument, you can easily finish all types of I and mine. This awareness liberates you from all types of upheaval and enable you experience your unshakable and immovable stage. You don't even have to work hard to do the service because the intellects of those who become instruments are constantly aware that whatever they do, others who see them will do the same. To be an instrument for service means to go onto a stage. Everyone's vision is automatically drawn to the stage. Baba tells to be an instrument for service means to go onto a stage. Everyone's vision is automatically drawn to the stage. This awareness becomes a means for your safety. Slogan. Become free from all situations. You will experience the support of God the Father. Today's object signal. At present, the wandering souls need peace and spiritual love. Everywhere, it is love and peace which are missing. And this is why in whatever programs you do, first of all, praise the love in the relationship of the Father. Then, after forging a relationship of the souls with the Father with that love, give them the experience of peace. Let there be a balance of being an embodiment of peace and an embodiment of love. Today's Dadiji's speciality. You should have a very deep connection with your aim and the one who has given you the aim in order to become the path with honors. Dadiji had a very close connection with the bestower of the aim and the aim. That's why she became the one who passed with honors. And it's always said for a yogi that yogi maintains the constant stage in the defame or praise or respect or disrespect or victory or defeat. So we have to check, do we have that constant stable state? Sometimes we have, but we have to ensure we always have. So do I have the qualities as per my aim? So I always look at myself. Am I stable, unaffected in every moment, in every stage? Because in our daily routine, so do you have such papers as how Dadi had? So Dadi says in our daily routine, Dadiji used to face 100 papers. Dadiji used to say that the souls or Baba used to take our paper at every minute, every moment, every hour. But I have to become unshakable, immovable, and I have to maintain the constant stage and become the carefree emperor. That was our Dadi. All the teachers and Samarpit brothers are requested to pay attention. Your railway tickets, which have been booked from any other station apart from Abu Road, and you will not be allowed to board the train from Abu station. For further queries, you can contact the railway department. Let's remember Baba for 2 minutes, then you will be informed about your schedule. Brother's birthday, the self respect is I am complete and perfect soul. My every breath, my time, or my thoughts, I surrender everything to Baba, and I always am stable in my perfect form. 10 to 10:30 a.m. there is yoga, and 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. there is a class by respected Jayanti Didiji. The topic is considering something which is given by Baba to be own. And from 11:30 a.m. you will be given godly gift, and evening 4 to 5 you have to write a letter to Baba considering him as the supreme teacher. What and all attainments have you received through this godly study and yoga? 5 to 6 there is yoga, and 6 to 7 p.m. respected Suraj Baiji's class, the supreme bliss of spiritual endeavor, and 7 to 8 there is yoga. There is an announcement from pad office, that is 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. and afternoon 1 to 2 and evening 4 to 5 and night 9 to 10. Those sisters and brothers who need any trial or some surrender forms, and any forms are required, you can just visit hall number 1 of training center. The surrendered brothers can leave the hall, and the teacher's schedule goes like this. Your self respect is I am the soul who has completely surrendered my intellect to Baba, and it's I think like this, my intellect says like this. So whatever is the Baba's thoughts, we should have those thoughts. Baba has given us the divine intellect. So based on that intellect, my thoughts, my feelings, let my every thought, let my every second, every breath be surrendered in front of Baba. It's not like I have done, it's my responsibility, it's my task. No. Ten to 11 a.m. Kavita sister will conduct the yoga through commentary. 11 to 12 there is a class by respected Sarla Didiji, that is being obedient and faithful and being loyal. And 12 to 1 Jagriti sister will conduct the self reflection session, and 4 to 5 you also will write a letter to Baba considering Baba as the supreme teacher, and 5 to 6 yoga will be there through Bab Dada's drill, and 6 to 7 there is a class by respected Mohini Didiji. The topic is what and all the test papers which will be faced in the surrender life, and 7 to 8 there will be yoga, and this is your schedule. And we have taken out time for this tapasya, and let's keep our mobiles and our mind in silence. Okay, is it possible? Yes. Yeah. Those who can make it, can you raise your hands? Of course, everyone has raised their hands with so much love. Have you switched off your phones, or is it still turned on? Those who have switched off your phones, I could see few hands raising up. I request everyone to just switch off your phones. It's not required to any record the class or take any photo, etc. When you practice or when you have this thing in place, then Baba will have those, will make you experience in a wonderful way. Let's be in silence for a minute, then leave the hall.